Good morning everyone, morning of day 28. All the hikers behind me are all checking out. I've just settled up. Beautiful morning, it's meant to be a really nice day today, and then it sort of goes a little bit downhill from there. But yesterday said we were going to have thunderstorms, and literally it lasted about 40 minutes and that was it, done. So who knows. I said I'd take you over to the lodge, so here we go. I'll just turn you around. Nice little pond here. A lot of people turned up for tenting because the lodge was full, but they got this lovely grassy lawn for everyone's tent on. So you can see the mist coming in over the hills there. That's where we're going up this morning. And then this is the posher end of town with the lodge. As you can see, it's very nice. And there were a number of private rooms this end of town. Some of the guys were staying over here. So the plan for the next few days, it's a 4-night run into Irwin, where I'm aiming to stop at Uncle Johnny's hostel. So the pack is fairly heavy with food. Got everything I needed at the Outfitter and the Dollar General. We're just going down to the Smoky Mountain Diner again now for breakfast. They don't do breakfast at the hostel, they do at the lodge, but the diner's meant to be excellent for breakfast, so we're going to fill up there, and that'll probably see me through the rest of the day till tonight. Oh man, I just had the biggest breakfast and I was in there way too long, was talking to other hikers. It's 10 o'clock already. I was going to get some miles in today, but I think it's going to end up being a short day, this first one. It's nice though. Eggs, bacon, loads of toast. So just walking down Main Street again with my pack on this time. You ready to leave Hot Springs? It was a little bit overcast yesterday. Place is looking much prettier today. This is the second set of train tracks that we go over. And across the road is the actual Hot Springs Resort and Spa. Some of the guys who zeroed here went down there, but as I only near-road, I didn't really have time. Here we go, Hot Springs Health Resort since 1800. So crossing over the French Broad River. I think this is the biggest river we've had to cross yet. According to statistics, 25% of hikers will leave the trail by Neal's Gap, and another 25% don't make it past Hot Springs. So this is me leaving Hot Springs, crossing over the French Broad River. So I guess that puts me in the top 50% of hikers. That's pretty cool. We follow along the riverbank for a little while, all the way over there, and then we cut back and climb up. I think halfway up there we get a view back of the town, so I'll show you that. Talking about the statistics though, I have to say it's all relative. If you follow your dream and come out to do something like this or whatever it is, if you actually actively go out and pursue it and set foot on the trail or whatever the activity is that you want to do, in my book you're already in the top couple of percent of the population. There's so few people, unfortunately, these days that don't follow what they really want to do. And whether you make it to the end or get off in the first week, at least you've tried. A bus from the NOC. These guys get everywhere. Now, this bit's very pleasant. In the shade of the trees, nice flat trail, walking past the rapids on the river. I know it's not going to last for long. There's a view down across Hot Springs. There's a big solar farm there, I didn't realise. This is the town itself. Laughing Heart is these buildings just here. And here's a look back. That's Bluff Mountain up there. Wow, this is a big one. Black snake. Right on trail, he's just getting off now. I don't think the black snakes are venomous. I'll have to check, but made me jump. I've seen this on so many videos. I didn't realise we were going to come across it today. It's a dammed pond. Oh, nice seat as well. There's some fairly big fish in there. So after that pond, we're now going up this dirt road, which is called Mill Ridge Road. So I assume there was some sort of mill there at some point using the water, but there was no evidence of anything other than the dam itself. Whew. It's a bit too hot to be walking out in the open like this. Hopefully we go back into the woods again soon. Still on the road. It's opened right out. Completely different environment again. Just had a nice little stretch in the shady woods, but throwing us out onto another road where we're crossing over a highway. There's your blazes. So we're on the right track. Well, it's pretty quiet for the middle of Monday. Just got near the summit to Rich Mountain. AT starts going back down there, but apparently there's a nice fire tower just up there, and it's worth it on a nice day, so let's go. Made it to the top. That was a tough one. BF's up here, and this is where I'm gonna have lunch. That's looking back the way we came, I believe. I was gonna have lunch up at the fire tower, but it's really buggy up there, so I've come down to this little spot where obviously there's been camping, and got a nice little bench to sit on, so it's much nicer and not so many bugs. I just finished lunch, had the usual pepperoni and cheese wrap, but with mayonnaise this time. They had individual mayonnaise packets and the outfitters, which was great. And I've just discovered Sour Patch Kids tropical flavour, so they might become a new favourite. Right, we're just talking to BF. We think there's a stealth campsite about 6.5 miles from here, so we're going to go down and check it out. It's coming into the first shelter of the day. It's late in the afternoon. Hiya. Hey man. Hey.
Hey, now we gotta put a candle on a honey bun or something.
Hi guys, end of day 28. Unfortunately I only did 11.5 miles today. Getting out of hot springs was so difficult. Breakfast was too nice and took too long, so we'll hopefully make up the miles in the next few days and still make it into winning at the same time. As it's the end of day 28, I've been out here for 4 weeks. I thought I'd do a little review of where I am, what's changed, how I am against the schedule. So I'd always allowed for 100 miles per week while I'm out here, but I also allowed an extra week at the start for a slow start so that I could build up. So at the end of 4 weeks I would have expected to have done 300 miles. So I'm at 286, so I'm about 14 miles short, but I think that's pretty good. I'm fairly happy. I had an unexpected Nero on day 3 after all my stuff got wet, so that really accounted for a lot of the 14 miles that I would have done. So I'm pretty happy, and going forward I'll make those miles up, I'm sure I will. Things that have changed, the AT diet is real and surprisingly good. I started this at 12 stone 12, and I weighed myself this morning at Laughing Heart and I was 11 stone 4, so I've lost a stone and 6 pounds in 4 weeks, which is a little bit alarming because I didn't have a lot of weight on me to start with, so I need to monitor that, and I'm eating as much as I can when I can, so I'm hoping that I can stabilise that and it doesn't become an issue. I even lost 6 pounds while I was training for the hike, so since Christmas I've lost 2 stone, and there wasn't that much of me to start with. In terms of other things that have changed, my kit is pretty much the same. I've not changed anything out. The only thing I have done is I've ditched one of my base layer t-shirts. I hadn't wore it at all while I've been out here. There's no point carrying something that you're not going to use, so that's gone. But in terms of the rest of my gear, I've been pretty happy with it. Okay, so that's where I am at the moment, here with a really nice crowd of guys that I was at the hostel with and have been hiking around for the last week or so, so it's nice to form a group like this, and we're all aiming to get into Irwin about the same time. So I'll wrap up for today and see you tomorrow. Cheers.